Over the past few weeks I non-stop played Clove during the Clove to Ascendant series. During that series I learned a lot about this agent, and in this video I'm gonna share everything I learned. I'm gonna talk about the playstyle, abilities, strange mechanics, and in the end I'll answer the question, is Clove a good agent to rank up with? This is gonna be an interesting video, my friends, so let's go to the first section, the abilities of Clove. And let's start with their E ability, the smoke. I think we all know what's so special about this ability, right? It's of course the fact that you still can use this ability even after you die. But now let me immediately give one of the biggest tips I can give you about Clove. If you ever die with Clove, always keep your attention on the game. I know, this might sound so simple, but in practice it's actually pretty hard. Because here's the thing, in Valorant, usually when you die, you have a quick moment of relief, a quick moment to relax and recoup yourself for the next round. But with Clove, you don't have that rest. You need to put away all the distractions, don't watch TikTok in between rounds, or something like this might happen. In this round you clearly see that I had my smoke ready, but I didn't use it for some reason, and that was because I was watching TikTok. Oh, I was watching TikTok! I should have smoked way too. Oh. Another thing you have to keep in mind is that the range of the Clove smokes is not that big. And because of this, if you die on B on Ascent for example, it's impossible for you to smoke A if your team needs smokes there. So here's another tippy for the Clove smokes. Try to play around middle. If you play around mid, you're ready to smoke A and B on most maps. And if you die, there's a chance that both sides are still in range. Like in this round. In this round, I sadly died in Market on Ascent.
In Market?
In this round, instead of pushing B, the enemies decided to push A. But luckily, because I died around middle, I was just in range to smoke of 3. And because I was in range, I could help my teammate, and that's how we won this round. Let's move on and talk about the C ability, Pick Me Up. This is actually the simplest ability of Clove. I don't think I have to explain when to use this ability. However, what I will do is explain a few cool mechanics about this ability that you might not know about. Did you for example know that you only have to hit the enemy once, and after that, at any point in the round, if the enemy dies, you're able to use your heal. Keep this in mind, because sometimes you accidentally hit an enemy through a smoke at the start of the round, and then a full minute later, that same enemy dies on a completely different side, and then you will still be able to use your heal. Another thing you have to know is that this heal is almost instant. So when you suddenly get hit, quickly press C, and that's how you might survive like I did in this round.
Ah!
Oh, that saved my life. Did you see that? And the last one is less of a mechanic but more a tip. The Clove overheal is actually extremely short. Way shorter than a Reyna overheal. So a tricky you can use is after you kill someone, if you don't see another enemy close, like in this round, you wait with pressing C till the last second. Like you see, I don't press C until now, and this gave me just enough time to also peek on A with my overheal still ready.
Maybe with the overheal I can still...
I thought he was short, but the overheal saved me. Next ability, the Q. Arguably one of the worst abilities of Clove. I mean, just think about it. When you throw this ability down, you will decay the enemies for 90 HP. So it's basically a race grenade, only then it only explodes once and it can't kill the enemies. But no worries, even though I personally think it's not a very good ability, it still could be helpful in some situations. Here's what you have to know about metal. When you throw metal, it doesn't take very long for it to explode. This means that it will often explode mid-air. This is not a bad thing, because with this knowledge you just have to get the timing right, so it will explode in the middle of all the enemies. Use this ability if you know for sure that an enemy is on a spot, like over here. Use it when all the enemies are pushing at the same time, like here. Another thing you have to know is that if you are certain that the enemy is decayed, the classic burst fire suddenly becomes very overpowered. And use the teleport tricky, obviously.
One enemy.
Here, right?
Let's move on and talk about the ultimate now. I personally think that the Clove ultimate is one of the strongest ultimates in the game. It's basically the same ultimate as the Phoenix ultimate, only then with Phoenix you have to press X before you push, and with Clove you only have to press X if you push and die. This means that this ultimate is actually a better version of the Phoenix ultimate. Because if your Clove ultimate is ready, you push and you succeed the push, you keep the ultimate for next round. Very nice. How to play when your ultimate is ready is pretty simple. Try to play a bit more aggressive than usual. And that's the biggest tip I can give about this ulti. There are a few things you have to know about the Clove ultimate though, and that brings us to the next part of this video, Clove mechanics. I think the Clove ultimate has the most unique mechanics in the whole game, and these mechanics are very useful to know if you want to play this agent, so that's why I want to zoom in a little deeper into the mechanics. In total, I'll give you 7 mechanics that you have to know. First mechanic, a simple one. If you die with Clove and use your ultimate, your gun will reload automatically.
Does my gun reload? Yes, it does. That's great.
One enemy.
Next one, if you're the only one of your team alive on the defender side and the enemy have planted the spike, if the enemy kills you, you won't be able to use your ultimate. This also means that if you and a teammate are alive and you need to retake a site, you need to be the one that pushes in first. Because if you die first, you still can use your ultimate, but if your teammates dies first and after that you die, then you won't be able to use your ultimate anymore.
I got my ult, I can play a bit.
Player
Backside one.
One enemy remaining.
Oh!
However, on the attacker side, if you're the only one alive and you planted the spike, if the enemy kills you then you will be able to use your ultimate.
One enemy remaining.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I got my ult! I can ult after the... I didn't know I could ult after if I only one alive and the spike is still... Oh my...
Third mechanic, if you die with Clove, the enemies will be able to pick up your gun. So if you're not quick enough with using your ultimate, there's a chance that the enemies have picked up your gun, and then suddenly you only have a pistol.
What the heck? Oh, come then. I have your gun, right? I have your gun, right? Oh, he's on the left. Haha.
If you somewhere in the round hit an enemy before you die, then use your ultimate and the enemy dies anyway, you are still able to use your C ability. Then we go to the fifth mechanic. As we all know, when you die in Valorant, you get an ultimate point. With Clove, you of course also get an ultimate point. However, if you only need 1 point for your ultimate and then you die, you won't be able to use your ultimate till next round. So you get the point, but you can't use your ult immediately.
Oh, I can't use my ultimate now.
Sixth mechanic, if you use your ultimate, you can press X again and then you get out of the ghost mode a little earlier. This mechanic is way more important than you might think. Like this round for example. In this round, Reyna killed me, so I used my ultimate, went around the corner, and a little bit before I went around the corner I pressed X, so I was ready to shoot on Reyna when she peeked me.
One enemy remaining.
If I didn't press X over here, I would still be in ghost mode, and then Reyna had the advantage because then she was peeking around the corner before I had my gun in my hand. And then we go to the last one. If you use your ultimate and you kill an enemy KO inside his ultimate, it doesn't count as a kill, so you need to get another kill to stay alive.
Thank you. Wait, I'm not... I don't survive. I'm not survived until I kill him. Oh, okay, good to know.
And those were all the mechanics. Let's move on to the next part of the video, the playstyle of Clove. How do you play this agent? Let's start with the attacker side. Something that a lot of beginner Clove players are doing wrong, including me, is thinking that you should play Clove like a full duelist. Even though Clove is designed to play more aggressive than the other controllers, you should not always play Clove like a duelist. The main reason, Clove doesn't have a good way to enter. Clove doesn't have a jet dash, a satchel, a teleport, so pushing in first with Clove is usually not a smart idea. Yes, you can use your smokes when you die, but often if you were to push aside, you use the smokes before you push anyway, so then there's not a lot you can do when you die first. Instead, you're way better off playing Clove like most other controllers, push in as the third man or even the last, and support your teammates with your Q ability.
One enemy remaining.
Oh la la!
Yeah. However, my friends, there's a big exception over here, and that's when your ultimate is ready. If the Clove ultimate is ready, everything changes, and then you should be the one that pushes in first, and you should take the role as duelist. Because when your ulti is ready, of course you have a second chance. And you need to abuse that, my friends, so play like a duelist if your ult is ready.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Last player.
he's on my body. I'm so dead. On my body, on my body. Oh, you're a hero, thank you.
Now let's move on and talk about the defender side. On the defender side, you basically can play Clove like any other controller. The best thing you can do is play around mid, like I mentioned before, so most of the map is in range for your smokes. But now the big question, if your ultimate is ready, should you be pushing hard and play aggressively? I would say maybe sometimes, but not really, because the Clove ultimate is so strong for the retake. So what I would highly recommend is that if your ultimate is ready, don't use it to push aggressively, but use the ultimate to retake a site if the enemies have planted the spike, like I did in this round.
Planted. Target down.
Oh! Okay, that's it.
One enemy.
And now the big question, is Clove a good agent to rank up with? In my opinion, yes, definitely. The main reason why I think that is that Clove fits in a lot of different team comps. Clove fits the role of a controller, a duelist, and even an initiator with a decay. So try Clove out, it's actually a pretty good agent. Thank you for watching the video, and I see you guys in the next one. Peace.